Guys, today I wanted to talk about how to be good at anything, right? So, where did I learn this from, and how do I apply it to my daily life? So, I learned this after coming to SNU med school, and the friends that I meet are really smart. And one thing I found out is that they're not only good at studying. Like some guy is really good at violin, some guy is really good at gaming, some guy is really good at piano. So it got me thinking, maybe being good at studying doesn't necessarily mean that they're good at studying, but rather they're good at getting good at something. And they just apply that to studying, right? And if that's true, if I could learn what the underlying philosophy of how to get good at something, I would just apply it to anything and I'll be able to get good at it, right? So getting good at something might be a skill, right? So I thought about that and I started questioning, or like I started asking people about how they're good at something. And this is my conclusion after asking quite a bit of people. So, as usual, you might agree, you might disagree, and it's all fine. So, I wanted to say that I'm not gonna want to say. The conclusion that I got is there's three main things. So, number one is you have to do it a lot. So, if you want to be good at piano, you got to put in the hours. Or if you want to get at academics, you got to put in the hours. But one thing's for certain is that when you put in the hours, there's going to be an outcome. Okay? So that's the first thing. You got to put in the hours and your effort. Well, that's quite obvious, but I just wanted to keep that in mind. And number two is you got to feedback. So if you try a lot, but if you don't feedback, you're not going to get good. Okay? But if you only feedback and you don't really try, it's not also good. So you got to do both. So you got to be putting in the hours, and while putting in the hours, you got to excuse my English. You have to consciously feedback at the same time. Okay? And the third one is it has to become a habit. So when I talk to these guys, like, what do you do when like look at Michael Phelps. Like if you see his interview, a person asks, "What are you thinking about when you're training?" And he says, "Well, I don't necessarily think, I just do." Or there's like Kim, who is like one of the greatest figure skaters, and when you ask her, "What do you think about when you're training?" and she says, "Well, I don't really think, I just train." Right? And I asked these med school guys, what did you thought about? What were you thinking when you were studying? And they like every one of them answered, "Well, I didn't really think, I just did." So the more you get focused on the goal and the more you think that you have to really try, it gets harder to have it consistent. So what I found out is that it's way better to just think of it as it's like having breakfast or like lunch. So you would go out there and just have lunch, And is having lunch, do you eat lunch really of effort? You just have food, right? So it's like having food, like going out studying if you want to excel in academics, or if you just go gym as if you're having food, like going gym, like lifting. It's not like I'm going to the gym, because if you do that, you're not going to last long. It's impossible to do something with extreme willpower for a very long time frame. It's more like, okay, so yeah, I did that, boom, 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 and it's done, right? So how am I applying this to for example, my YouTube channel, So the first rule, do a lot. I upload a lot, right? I already have like 150 videos. And because I upload a lot, I think my English skills has gotten a bit better. And every time I record, I try to make something better, like the camera angle or the quality of the video or something. I try to make something better. So I do a lot and give feedback. And people also give me feedback, so that's good. And I try to improvise all that. And number three is, I don't put much effort. So it's not like I don't really care. It's more like, oh yeah, I have to go and record a video. You see, it's not like I'm gonna do YouTube. It wasn't like that from the first start, and it's still not like that. It's like, yeah, it's something I do. It's like having food. I go out there, record a video, and it's what I do. And I think it kind of yielded good results, you know. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. So how to get good at anything? Number one, you got to do a lot. And number two, while doing so, you have to consciously feedback and learn. And number three is that you don't want to try hard. It has to become a habit instead of a willpower sort of thing. Because you're gonna do it in a very long time frame. Okay? So yeah, that's all I wanted to share for this one. Hope it really helped. Because like I think this is like a good tip in general. But like, you know, you should actually apply it before, if you really want to know whether it works or not. So yeah, that's all about it. And thank you guys for watching. Hope this helped. And yeah, see you guys on the next one. See ya.